Welcome one and all to the first 20 miles on my new to me 2023 Moto Guzzi. Let's see, can we see that? Moto Guzzi. Look at the eagle. Look where it says Moto Guzzi. Or Guzzi, however you want to call it. But this is my new bike that not half an hour ago I picked up from Premier Bikes near Abingdon in Oxfordshire in the UK, as you can see. Premier Bikes. So this is obviously an ex-demonstrator. It was registered in 2023 and has done the grand total of, let's have a look, 381 miles now. And it is rather splendid. It is rather splendid with its beautiful Moto Guzzi sticky out cylinders, which is what it's all about, really. That's what I love. That's what I love about Guzzis. Look at it. It's fantastic. And look at all the scaffolding. Look at all this scaffolding. There's going to be so many different camera angles. Oh, stuff to put GoPros on. Not that I use GoPro because they're shite. But yeah, so this is my new bike. I have done, what do I think, about 20 miles in it so far. Love those rear lights. Love those rear lights. Shaft drive, etc. And it's got all these rider modes, but so far I've been stuck in brain mode, and I'm quite happy with brain mode for poking around the back lanes. I don't need anything more at the moment while I get used to it. So, observations so far. Things that I don't like. These motherfuckers. The rear footrests. You have to have the feet of a small child for, because it just, if you ride on the ball of your feet, it's just in the way. But they can come off, unlike the Ducati Monster 1200S that I had a few years ago, which was one cast piece, and it was a bloody nightmare. What else? I think I haven't done any sustained high-speed riding on a dual carriageway or anything yet, but yeah, I imagine that screen's going to piss me off. But otherwise, it is what it is. I bought this bike because I love the look of them. Still need to work on the headlight a bit. On some angles it looks great, the headlight I'm talking about, but that's just the one area that I'm not particularly sold on. Otherwise, everything else is beautiful, apart from maybe the colour of these exhaust shields. I'd be quite happy to get those painted black. Normally I don't go for a black machine, I like to be seen, but I just think this bike in these colours just looks ace. I'd like to thank Oxfo-Moto, who was really the channel that sold me on this bike. He made it look, yeah, just fantastic, and so I've just copied him. So if I start speaking in a beautiful Northern Irish accent, then you'll know why. Oxfo-Moto. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, I've picked a beautiful day. As you can see, I'm here at White Horse Hill in Wantage, South Oxfordshire. Oh, that's some GGs. On a windy fairly cold, but a beautiful day to be out riding a motorcycle. And so my intention is just to ride for the rest of the day and get it even dirtier. It's the joy of black vehicles, is they really like to show up the dirt, but I suppose it's an adventure bike, so why not? Yeah, really wish I had heated grips on it, but they'll be coming next week, some Oxford heated grips that I'm going to stick on it, but otherwise, apart from that, I'm just going to ride it and only make changes when I feel that they're really necessary. So let's get back to riding. It's not like the Grizzo. Yeah, so I have the Moto Guzzi Grizzo 1100 as well. And boy, in comparison, this bike is silky smooth. The gearbox, you know, I've seen people complain about the clunk going into first on this V85. Seriously, people, this is nothing compared to like the old 11 and 1200s as well. Boom. You know you've got it into gear. And the clutch on this is delightfully light. Delightfully light. Almost like my CRF 300. There's all the power figures available on lots of other videos regarding this bike. It ain't a lot, but it's enough. It's enough. There's enough to make good progress on UK roads, and that's all I'm really interested in, is making good progress on UK roads. Yeah, I'll ride it on French roads, Spanish roads, Italian roads, any roads, anywhere there's roads really. I'll be quite happy to ride this. I'm sure if I'm really that keen on taking it off-road, it's a big old beast at about 230 kilograms fully fueled, which isn't far off the Norden 901 that I'm replacing this with. Yes. So yeah, I bought that bike thinking that I'll do some off-road and some touring on it, and it just hasn't happened. So I've got this bike that's far more capable, with a rather fast 100 brake horsepower parallel twin engine, but hasn't got the same, I don't want to say the C word, but it just lacks the C word. And if you like your gutsies, then you'll know, then you're obviously a C word. Yeah, don't use the C word. It's just a cracking bike. Any motorcycle really, when you get into the purchasing process, you've got to look at it. Well, why do I want that motorcycle? Will it serve my needs? And being honest about what your needs are is kind of where it's at. And so I just want a bike that I can get on and ride. Can you stop taking me into the sun, please? Yeah, a bike that I can get on and ride. You know, the shaft drive is amazing. It's a bike that even I could do the servicing on, in terms of valve clearances, oil changes, air filter changes, all of that. That's something I can tackle, and that's great. I want to be part of my motorcycle. I want to build a relationship. I don't want to fuck it. I want to build a relationship with it. Maybe give it a cuddle once in a while, but no and then out action. And yeah. And I know that from my ownership of the Grezzo, that there is when you ride, I mean, when you start these things up, these Guzzis up, and they do their rocking from side to side, and the kind of that lovely offbeat thrum from the V-twin engine. It's just, if that's what you're looking for in life, then yeah, this is it. Plus, it's comfortable. It is the kind of bike that you can sit on and ride and ride and ride and ride and ride and ride some more. And that's really what I like doing. You know, I'm not interested in scrunching myself up on some lunatic sports bike that will do 200 miles an hour. Just, those days are well and truly gone. Whereas this bike, as I say, real world power, and I heard that in a lot of the reviews. And yes, these bikes are ridden by the more mature rider. It's got to be said. And that's me now. I can't escape the fact that I'm 55, and this is perfect for me. I think it's early days, but I really do hope that it is the bike that I'm, you know, wanting it to be. No, just a fun, good-looking, stylish, reliable. It's Italian. Reliable, sort of a workhorse that, as I say, that you can. There's not the myriad of electronics. There's not loads of plastics to take off to do anything, to do any work on it, and that is, to me, yeah, priceless. I suppose one of the other things that I've noticed is the swoopy is the what is the other one of the things I noticed? It's the gearbox. You know, it's again, just getting used to it. Is, you know, coming from a very slick quick shifter on a chain-driven bike to this. It's a lot slower, a lot more clunky. The engine braking is much more pronounced. But I should think by the time I've come to the end of this ride, I'll be used to it. There's no quick shifter, but that's not really... quick shifter's nice, don't get me wrong. You know, it is nice when you're feeling a bit lazy, but it's not the be-all and end-all. What I find these days indispensable is cruise control, and this baby's got cruise control, so I'm very happy about that. It's not fitted with heated grips, as I think I've mentioned, but that will soon change. Apparently you can just splice in a pair of Oxford heated grips into the ready-made connectors that the factory ones get fitted into. As long as you've got the right connectors, which I've ordered, then as soon as you plug them in, the system will recognise the heated grips, and with this button here where my finger is pointing, you have control over over the heater grips from here, rather than having the sort of control panel that Oxford supply. So that makes it a bit neater and means that you've got more real estate on your handlebars, which with navigation and GoPros and all the rest of the electronic nonsense that we got on our bikes these days is pretty welcome. And now this is another thing that I'd never noticed before, is this: anytime you use the indicator, will basically take your hand off this left hand handlebar, I keep knocking the full beam on. Again, hopefully that is something I will get used to. Oh, it's pretty, isn't it? Maybe there's a lane down there. Rather nice. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the experience so far. If you're unhurried, oh, there we go. I mean, it just tips in nicely enough. It's fairly neutral. It's not just kind of dropping. It's predictable handling. Predictable, yeah. Really want unpredictable handling, do you? That doesn't sound like a very good combination. The brakes are very good. I need to slightly adjust my front brake lever. It's got a nice little bit of again, just getting used to it, but there's a little bit of travel where it's just gone on, and a little bit more of a squeeze in it. Well, there we go. It bites nicely. And the rear is very nice indeed. Yeah. Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel it working, and it gives feedback. Yeah, feedback, that's what I'm looking for. Sometimes rear brakes are a bit all or nothing. Or if you ride a older Ducati, then they're just nothing. Many a year riding Ducatis, not a single one of them had a decent rear brake until I got a multi-strada. Then it works. You could probably pick that up, that gearbox. But if you're not used to Guzzis, then these sort of things will probably fill you with horror. But they are all part and parcel of the Moto Guzzi C word. On this bike, the one I ended up buying, and the one I test rode from On Your Bike, it's this kind of graunching sound coming from the rear. I don't know what it is. I think the fact that both of them did it means it's again one of those things that you learn to live with. They all do that, mister. They all do that, sir. Well, I wish they wouldn't. There we go, did it again. Flicked on the high beam. used to bring me roses. I wish you would again, but that was on the outside, when things are different then. It's a very paltry bell tower, isn't it?